Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Mohamed Lansha bin Anusizan, L23A0231. Today, I will present my final project entitled The Influence of Marketing Messages on Consumers' Purchase Intention on Matcha Beverages. This presentation covers the main components and findings from Chapter 1 until Chapter 5. Matcha beverages have become increasingly popular, especially among the young consumers. Businesses commonly promote matcha through social media advertisement, influencer content, cafe promotions, customer reviews, and attractive product presentations. Although customers may frequently see these promotions, awareness does not necessarily result in a strong intention to purchase. Consumers may recognize matcha but still consider its price, taste, quality, availability, and their preference for other beverages. Furthermore, limited research has specifically examined matcha beverages among young Malaysian consumers. Therefore, this study investigates whether consumers' awareness of matcha marketing messages is related to their purchase intention. This study has three research objectives. The first objective is to identify consumers' level of awareness of marketing messages for matcha beverages. The second is to examine their level of purchase intention towards matcha beverages. And the third is to analyze whether there is a positive and significant relationship between those two variables. The study focuses mainly on young consumers in Malaysia, including university students and young working adults. Consumers' awareness of marketing messages is independent variable, while purchase intentions towards matcha beverages is dependent variable. However, this study only measures purchase intention and does not examine actual purchasing behavior, brand loyalty, or the medical effect of the matcha. Moving on to the Chapter 2. Chapter 2 explains the two main concepts. Marketing message awareness refers to consumers' ability to notice, recognize, remember, and understand promotional information. The purchase intention refers to their willingness or plan to purchase matcha beverages in the future. The study is supported by elaboration likelihood model (ELM) and signaling theory. The ELM explains how consumers process detailed information through the central route or response to simple cues such as attractive visuals and influences through peripheral route. Signaling theory explains how messages about quality, authenticity, ingredients, and product origin reduce consumer uncertainty. Based on this theory and previous literatures, the study proposes that higher awareness is associated with a higher purchase intention. Moving on to the Chapter 3, this study used a quantitative and deductive research approach with a cross-sectional and correlational design. The data was collected once between the 17th of March and the 2nd of June 2026. Convenience sampling was used because there was no complete list of all Malaysian consumers who were familiar with matcha. A total of 100 respondents participated in the study. The questionnaire was distributed through WhatsApp, Instagram, and Telegram. It contained 3 sessions, demographic information, 10 awareness items, and 10 purchase intention items. All items were measured using 5-point Likert scale. The data then were analyzed using SPSS version 27. Frequency, percentage, mean standard deviation, Cronbach alpha, and Pearson correlation were used in this study. Participation was voluntary and the respondents' information remained anonymous and confidential. Moving on to the Chapter 4, all 100 questionnaires were complete because every question in Google Forms and was set as required. Therefore, there was no missing data. Majority of the respondents were female, representing 71% of the sample. Most respondents were between 21 to 25 years old, and 77% had a bachelor's degree. Monthly consumption was the most matcha consumption pattern recorded by 35% of the respondents. The questionnaire also demonstrated excellent reliability. Consumers' awareness of marketing messages recorded a Cronbach alpha of 0.938, while purchase intention recorded 0.976. Both values exceeded 0.7, showing that the items consistently measured their respective variables. Moving on to the findings. For the first research objective, consumers recorded a high level awareness with an overall mean of 4.035. The highest scoring statements were awareness of matcha promotions through online advertisement and the ease of finding matcha information through advertisements, both recorded at a mean of 4.24. However, awareness of matcha's health benefits recorded the lowest mean of 3.6. This shows that respondents frequently encountered matcha advertisement and recognized the product, but they received less detailed information about its health-related characteristics. And therefore, online marketing has been effective in creating visibility, but its educational content can still be improved. For the second research objective, the overall mean for purchase intention was 3.403, indicating a moderate to high level of intention. The highest mean was 3.55 for respondents' interest in trying matcha beverages in the future. This indicates that consumers are curious and open to trying the product. However, the lowest mean was 3.16 for choosing matcha over other beverages. This means respondents may be willing to try matcha, but many are not ready to prioritize it over coffee, chocolatey drinks, or other family choices. These findings reveal a gap between curiosity and actual product preference. Price, taste, quality, accessibility, and familiarity may influence whether interest develops into a stronger purchase intention. Pearson correlation was used to test the relationship between marketing messages, awareness, and purchase intention. The analysis produced a correlation coefficient of 0.360 with a significance value of below 0.001. This indicates a positive and statistically significant relationship between those two variables. Therefore, the alternative hypothesis was supported. In simple terms, respondents with higher awareness of matcha marketing messages generally reported a higher purchase intention. However, the relationship was only weak to moderate. This suggests that awareness is related to purchase intention, but other factors such as price, taste, quality, and availability are also important. Since this is a correlational study, the result does not prove that awareness directly causes purchase intention. Moving on to the chapter 5, the findings are consistent with previous studies by Aji and the colleagues, Jamil and the colleagues, and Aul and the colleagues, which found that social media and influencer marketing were associated with consumers' purchase intention. The findings also support the elaboration likelihood model (ELM). Attractive visuals, influences, and trending content may capture attention through the peripheral route. However, consumers may need credible information about the quality, price, ingredient, and the authenticity through the central route before deciding to purchase one. Practically, matcha businesses should continue using social media, but should move beyond attractive product image. They should provide clear product information, reasonable prices, and consistent quality and also convenient access. The customer reviews, introductory promotions, free samples, and credible influencers can also help convert consumer awareness into purchase intention. This study has several limitations. The sample consisted of only 100 respondents and was selected using convenient sampling. Most respondents were female, aged between 21 and 25, and had a bachelor's degree. Therefore, the findings may not represent all Malaysia consumers. The study was also cross-sectional and only examined two variables. It measured purchase intention rather than actual purchasing behavior. Future studies should involve larger and more diverse samples. Researchers may also include variables such as price, perception, taste, brand trust, influencer credibility, and product quality. Interviews or focus group could be added to understand why consumers decide to purchase or avoid matcha beverages. In conclusion, consumers demonstrate high awareness of marketing messages, but only moderate to high purchase intention toward matcha beverages. A positive and significant relationship was found between both variables, meaning higher awareness was associated with stronger purchase intention. However, awareness alone is insufficient to guarantee a purchase. Matcha businesses should combine effective online promotion with credible information, reasonable prices, consistent product quality, and positive customer experience. That concludes my presentation today. Thank you for listening.